This rusting hulk on my bench is a Midland 76900 base station. Which I'll be selling on eBay. I ended up buying this because it was in a batch of stuff and I wanted, there was a Zetagi preamp. So I ended up paying about 400 quid for a whole pile of stuff I didn't want apart from a Zetagi preamp, because I want to do a video on preamps. So Mark's already been through this. He's put 2 stickers on the back, something about no display, but the rest of it kind of works. So the best thing, as far as I'm concerned, because to be honest, apart from the top, it's not in bad condition. All the knobs are there, and it's not mega scratched. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Okay, so there's 1 or 2 things to sort out. So I'll get it opened up. I think it's just the dial lamps are out, and we'll need to sell this one on because I've got 2 Midland 76900 base stations. One you see in the video, and the one which you've seen previously, which I paid far too much money for, and is in a box. So the fact it was in a box was why I paid stupid money for it. Like, what did I pay for it? £300, was it? Yeah. Mind you, they're more than that new. They were 369. So to be honest, I've probably paid 200 for this. January 1982 says the thing on the back. Did I say that right? Yeah, Jan 82. 20100. 605. I'm going to rebuild the power supply in this for it to go out safely. And what else? There's 2 kinds of capacitors which these could use, so that's another shenanigans, isn't it? Because I don't know which one I've got in stock, so we may end up with a part 1 sorting the radio out and a part 2 sorting the power supply out. Obviously we'll be running on an external power supply, doing all the servicing procedure, because I need to see an ammeter. So if it's on its internal supply, that wouldn't happen. The plugs also is now no longer legal because it hasn't got the shrouded pins. So that will get changed. And then we'll do a pat test. Whoever pat is. Right, there we go. So straight away, it's better than either of my other ones. I don't think anyone's been in there with a vacuum cleaner. This has been shoved in somebody's garage for about 15 years, hasn't it? But there's no turning it into something stupid. Unless I turn it on and find somebody has turned something into something stupid. I mean, even the one that you see every day has had the channel 9 switch turned into channel 19. And that is so frustrating. It's yet another thing I've got to sort out, which of course I did at the time. Now it uses a Uniden type power lead. Of course I won't have got one of those on the bench, so it will be the crocodile clips. Whilst we've got the back exposed, we'll do that. What I'm going to try and do is go through the tune-up and then sort out all the physical things later. I'm not going to put the A speaker in because that knob's as loose as anything. Display shouldn't be a big problem. I would expect it to be not the display itself at fault, so that would be a big problem. So we'll be changing the 2 electrolytic capacitors. The fact is they're now 40 years old, so even if they're working, I don't want to send things like that out. 13.8 volts on the power supply. And if I can remember how to switch it on, yeah, got meter lamp out. Oh, right. I thought there was not going to be any display, but it's not like that. Oh, I hope it isn't a display. Sure we're in all the right mode. Even the blue light's working. Right, I'll go and get my standard Cosmetic mic. Picture in picture on. I'd say that just in case it doesn't appear. Okay, let's go to. So why is it doing that when it's on external speaker? No, it doesn't when it's not, so. Right, let's see what it does. It's 4.05. So wide you can't see my clipboard. 3.9. 4.1. I'm sure we can make that better than that. Look, current consumption is 1.528, which for what it's giving out isn't great. It does tell me it's off tune. 1.513 actually. Low power, put the test set into low power mode, is doing 900 milliwatts, and deviation, we'll do it on the other test set as well, but wallow, it's 3.8. I mean, if you looked at the on the air test yesterday with the double test where we tested two Midland emergency sets, the 77810s, and the second one I've got the deviation slightly too high. Now, it's easy to do that. Here's the excuse: because you're kind of having to pick it up from a bench and put it in the general direction of your mouth and all that. And I set it too high, and it's probably, instead of being peaking at 2.5, it's probably peaking at 3.5, and it's just cutting out. Now, on older sets which don't have crystal filters and that, it wouldn't. So deviation like that, it makes you you're just inaudible. But they don't know that, do I? If I put that there, it goes there. Right, let's have a look at where it is on frequency. Put the frequency counter on. $27,79085. So it's not noticeably low. It's not illegally low, but it obviously will be bringing it up. What we'll now do is set the signal generator for the same, so that it's a fair test. I'm going to put the signal generator at the correct frequency, or it wouldn't be a fair test. Right, there we go. Let's turn the volume. Oh, we need to put the extension speaker back in. So we'll look at the synod meter. It's really excellent. 0.3 microvolts for 12 dB, 0.25 for 10, and 0.68 for 20. You often get them straight from purchased in this excellent. So to be honest, apart from being a bit unbalanced, it's working very well. The killer is the deviation. It's too high, and unless people are on fidelity thousands, it's going to chop. Okay, let's turn the volume down a fraction. Squelch. We'll turn the squelch to full on the radio, and let's go over to the attenuator on the test set. I want it to open at 100 microvolts. It does. And then we're going to do the opposite. Turn the squelch down to minimum and see when it opens. Signal generator back on. 0.8. So left meter lamp. I might end up having to swap all three to get them same brightness. And on transmit, when I key up, it says 4 watts on the meter. On receive, 100 microvolts says S8, so it's a bit tight fisted. So at the moment, 100 microvolt S9, start again, S9 is showing as 131 510 microvolts. So far all the switches work. PA selector loose. We haven't tested PA yet, and the internal speaker works, so it's not bad at all. When you look at that case, you think, what a load of rubbish, but it isn't. And one of the things about me selling this on eBay with the case like this is, you know, all I'm going to do is to rub that down and do an undercoat and a spray. Somebody else can do that whilst I get the electronics right. Obviously we don't know what the power supply state is in, so the big issue is the digits out on the display, because if that's the display itself, I don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to have to take the bottom off. I'm going to have to take the front off to tighten up this thing. In fact, the best course of action would be to run this through the dishwasher as far as the front panel goes. So I'm going to pause the video. So having got the front off, it's all that's wrong with that is it just wants the nut tightening up. So I'll go and get a spanner and we'll get that done. But tell you what, as I said before, it's pretty immaculate. The technique here, you've got resistor packs which can fail. And if I turn it over, can we see this channel selector? I think we can. The actual switch is there. Then you've got these resistor packs. So instead of having individual resistors, a bit like they have on the Cosmetic Beta 2000 and 1000, they've got these resistor packs which can fail. So that's a possibility, but I'd be scared if it's the display because I don't know where we'd get one. and that would make a huge difference to what the set's worth. Whereas I can live with bars out on the digits, most people can't. Right, so what we're going to do is switch it on, and I'm going to jump each of those resistors with a resistor and see whether we get any joy.